Hey leaders, Carey here, and my guess is your head has been spinning all through 2020, and that makes planning for 2021 really difficult. Why? Because you don't really even know what happened, right? Okay, what did actually change in 2020? So in this video, I want to talk to you about 7 things that vanished in 2020, and then also talk about 3 things that didn't. Hopefully this helps you with your 2021 planning. And on that note, I've got something brand new called the Church Leader Toolkit. It's a 2021 Church Leader Toolkit. It's got 5 resources that we are releasing over the course of December that will help you prepare even more for 2021. You can find that at Church Leader Toolkit, or just click the link or that kind of thing. But churchleadertoolkit.com will get you there, and it's absolutely free. But let's get started with the 7 things that kind of disappeared this year. So one of the things that definitely disappeared in 2020 was consensus. I mean, have you ever lived through a more fractious year? And that's not such a bad thing. A lot of leaders try to lead by consensus. It's like, and here's the problem with that. Consensus is a bad leadership model to begin with. Consensus kills courage, because what happens is if you try to get consensus before you take bold action, you're never going to get it. People are going to water things down. And usually what happens in great leadership is consensus emerges after a decision. In other words, something's like, oh, I don't know if this is going to work or not. And then consensus kind of emerges after, and it's like, oh, in hindsight, that was a really good move, or sometimes it's not a good move. So that gives you the opportunity to really take some bold action, because if you're looking for consensus, you're not going to find it. It was already on life support. It is gone now. And so what you want to do is you want to take some action that probably in the long run will build consensus. Number 2, the returns you get from incremental change. Again, this is one of those things that I was not a fan of before 2020, but incremental change, the problem with the incremental change is it gets you incremental results. Now, a lot of organizations, churches, companies were like, okay, here's what we're going to do. We are going to grow 2 to 3% this year. And then you make a few little tweaks here and there, and you hope that you get 2 to 3% growth. And then what happens is, of course, a year like this comes along and it doesn't work anymore. So that's gone, and if you based your whole model on incremental change, you have to rethink that, and that's a good thing, because incremental change brings incremental results, and my guess is that's not why you got into leadership. Control is another thing that vanished in 2020. And again, control, you've never had less control in your life, and that's not such a bad thing, because control won't bring you into the future nearly as beautifully as vision and momentum will. So you want to cast vision, you want to find momentum, and move into the future that way. And being a recovering control freak, I can tell you control is overrated. Number 4, easy answers. Easy answers disappear. They're kind of gone. It's like, are there any easy answers? No, they're not. And it's easy to phone it in with like, well, here's what I think is going to happen, or here's what I think you should do. And with easy answers, leadership is really complex right now. So it's going to require deeper thought. That's why we produced the Church Leader Toolkit for 2021, and some other resources that we're going to be bringing your way, and even videos like this. So if it feels hard, it's because it is hard, because easy answers are also gone. Number 5, another thing that disappeared, public events everyone is comfortable attending. That's from like sports through to concerts, through to live events, through to church services. And I know some of that is coming back, but I want you to think in the long term about the comfort level. Like, how comfortable are people going to be? The average return to church attendance as of the fall of 2020 was 36% of what it was pre-COVID. So those are not numbers anybody was hoping for. Maybe you're doing a little bit better than that. Maybe you haven't reopened yet. But you got to think beyond just physical attendance, like digital outreach, etc., or micro gatherings, and that will help you sort of plan into the future. Number 6, you know what else took a real hit, and this one's sad? Community. Community did. I don't know about you, I'm missing people, and the virus is surging all over the world still, and community took a hit. And I would just say this, in 2021, people are working really hard on content, and that's good, but you should work just as hard on cultivating community, whether that's in-person community, in facility, micro community, online community. Work just as hard in creating community in 2021 as you do in working on your content. And then another one that's kind of sad for me is to see unity. Now, unity was already in trouble. We were in a tribalized culture, politicized culture. But I think unity is really important. It's really important for teams, right? A house divided against itself cannot stand. And well, you just really want to pursue unity. I also think it's a theological necessity. And any team I've led, when we have not had unity at the top, it is disastrous for the entire organization. So you want to build unity. Now, the good news is 2020 didn't kill three things. Number one, didn't kill the mission. Your mission's never been more important. What you'll need in 2021 is brand new methods to give new life to your mission. Okay, so your mission isn't gone. Hope isn't gone. I mean, hope springs eternal, right? So hope isn't gone, and I think we can be brokers of hope heading into the future. And then the third thing is innovation. I think a lot of what happened in 2020 was adaptation, not innovation. So you have the opportunity now to move ahead and to actually start innovating. So don't give up. Now, to help you do that, I'd love you to check out the toolkit. You can find the 2021 Church Leader Toolkit at churchleadertoolkit.com. And I'd also love to hear what you think. So leave a comment, like and save the video, share it with your team, share it with your friends, and let me know what you are thinking in the comments.